Today I'm going to speak about getting into alignment for everything else to flow in the right way. And I've seen this countless times over and over with clients and in my own life, to be honest. But what I want to emphasize here is that sometimes we are pushing so hard on doors that are just not opening, thinking we have to do things and structure this and that. And all of a sudden, we're just in the doing mode and can't contract back into the being mode. And I'm not saying you're just going to sit there and meditate, even though there's a book that I love called The Surrender Experiment that really brought me on this journey here to Portugal, that really opened a lot of doors that Michael Singer's work about surrendering and really putting your life into that service work. So really a good book as a synchronicity to look at. And a bit of what I'm touching upon here, but from another angle as well that I want to bring in here, is that the more we align with our purpose, our life, the more you put your finances into place and structures, the rest of it flows because it has a direction to go and also understands that. Very similar to the surrender experiment, your life starts becoming that with signs and synchronicities and showing you the path that unfolds ahead. So I've recently had clients saying to me like, oh, I wanted to spend more time swimming in a lake because that's what I did in my 20s and that's the first time I felt free. And then I went to work in a cafe. And this particular client, he said to me, I want to swim this lake that's 45 minutes away and maybe find a place. And then the next day, ping, someone suggested for him to buy a boat that wasn't very expensive on that lake for him to sleep on as well. So little things like that can unfold when we get into alignment, when we ask for what we need, when we start manifesting, but not in the manifesting sense, but putting our energy and work into that flow. And what I want to bring into this is that we need to clear the channel for that. That also means clearing old parts out, unproductive sentences or parts of you that don't feed that new self, that don't feed you to move into that direction, but instead allow you to start coming back to those, let's say, old patterns. So we start cleaning, it's like cleaning the pipes. I always say in like a house or things, we need to clean out the old energies that don't serve you to bring in the new. And that's exactly what I want to touch upon here, which is getting to alignment, cleaning out the old narratives, energies, beliefs, patterns, and then being open to receive from life also. And that might be some of the hardest things. Of course, you still engage, but you also stay in the being and meditative part to have that dance between you and life. And the more we can find this almost dance and balance, the more life can be magical and show itself to you in different ways. And for me, that is where the key lies. When you are dancing in synchronicity with life, receiving the messages and also reacting towards them. And another one of my clients said exactly this. She's in Sicily now, and everything we worked upon has opened up in so many different ways and sparkled out in her life of what she had put into motion a few months ago. Many of the women I'm working with right now in the Women's Group Coaching Program are doing their budgets, are doing their numbers to find the baseline, and are saying this exactly. The more structure they're bringing in, the more they can look at the next steps and structure that flow. And they're seeing synchronicities and flows coming in of saying, okay, do you want to evaluate your flat? Let's say, shall we look at different ways of, for example, living or putting our energy to work? Where are we going to house ourselves for the next few months? All these things started coming into alignment by themselves. I know it's hard to describe it and it's really hard for me to put it into words, but the more we can tap into this, the more it really shows itself. And a real inspiration has been the surrender experiment that I'm touching upon here, but also finding that quality in everyday life and finding your dance between the doing and being and putting your energy into the world and also showing up to that and really walking that path that is yours. The more you believe, the more structure you have, the more steps you can take. I believe that it all comes together. And money is just one flow of all of these energies. And once they're in alignment, everything can act in the same way. I mean, I think I told the story recently as well about a client of mine who was really reaching rock bottom and had helped out a company and had 1% from a long time ago and all of a sudden received a check for $150,000 and could not believe it because that was sustaining his family. So all of these things I know sound completely crazy, but they do come in when we get into alignment. And that's what I want to inspire in you today. Might not be that huge check, might not be that Jim Carrey check of millions that he was writing to himself. But I want you to see that that little action and those actions bring greater results that allow you then to make those choices in your life. So, ready to get into alignment, cleaning the pipes a little bit, and getting your financial future in place so it's not a struggle, but it's a place where you're reacting and acting in life to what it is also bringing to you as a mirror. Please, any stories, share them. I would love to hear from you. And let's keep walking a life of alignment so that you can put more of your gifts into the world and also live with more of your financial well being.